Now, I think it's pretty safe to say that the future of the Star Wars universe seems to be quite expansive, not just with our new Star Wars TV shows and movies, but we also have books, novels, and comics, as well as video games on the horizon, that's really going to lend a lot of credit toward the new Star Wars canon by Disney. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the Disney Star Wars universe is that Jon and Dave are pretty much serving as the majority of what's happening with new Star Wars TV shows. The only two projects that Kathleen Kennedy is in full creative power over, and I do want to remind you guys again, is of course Skeleton Crew and the Acolyte TV series. For those of you that are like, what in the world is Skeleton Crew? It's basically Stranger Things in space meets, of course, Lost in Space meets Star Wars. That's basically the overall approach toward the Skeleton Crew TV show. And that stars Jude Law, by the way. Now, moving forward from all of this, alright, what's even all the more exciting has everything to do with actor Mark Hamill and what he was able to say about the future of the Star Wars universe by Jon and Dave Filoni and exactly what's about to happen with the character of Luke Skywalker and more. Now, we already know that a lot of things are currently happening with the Mandoverse, as a lot of Star Wars fans like to call it, and even Mark Hamill kind of makes fun of that name. We'll get into that in just a second. But Mando 3 and 4 are currently being worked on back to back. Mando 3, in case you guys did not know, we talked about this briefly yesterday, is that additional filming is going to be done for Mando 3 in the next couple of weeks, so that's either going to be reshoots or they're adding on some extra scenes here and there, but they are going to be doing additional filming. And this is, of course, to attach it more so to Mando 4, of what Jon is currently writing for that season that's set to debut at the very end of 2024. Now, on top of all of this, what's even all the more exciting is that with Mark Hamill currently in the works with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni over the new Star Wars projects for new TV shows and more to return as Luke Skywalker again, Mark Hamill recently was able to talk more about his role as Skywalker and what fans can expect for the future of Star Wars by Favreau and Filoni. Mark Hamill went on to say the following for the fans. Well, I have been speaking with Jon and Dave, and they are just the most passionate guys you will ever meet for the franchise. We are involved in many conversations about the future of Luke and how we are going to use them, and without giving too much away, what I was most excited about was how Jon and Dave had told me that they want Luke to meet these characters from Star Wars Legends, you know? The comics and all that fun stuff from when George was in the picture. I can't really say too much, but Jon and Dave are bringing back many respected Legends characters into their universe to work with Luke Skywalker and to interact with my character. I'm glad to be coming back and getting involved again. We are using this new technology that I can't get into right now by ILM that is going to surpass both de-aging technology and the deepfake technology we used in the Book of Boba Fett. It truly is going to be exciting. Alright, now, one thing I want to focus on here about what Mark Hamill is saying is that this new technology that they're going to be using for Mark Hamill to come back as Luke Skywalker apparently is going to surpass both the deepfake technology as well as the de-aging technology. And it really makes you wonder, what in the world is this new tech going to be, right? Makes you really think to yourself, what else could they possibly do? I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's a combination of both and they're going to label it as something else, but ILM, we talked about ILM about 4 days ago, that they are literally innovators. They know what to do when it comes to revolutionizing everything when it comes to Star Wars and new technology for the film industry. ILM is really ahead of the game. And one of the new technology strategies that we talked about is how they are going to create these new types of microphones that are going to be used on actors that's going to change their voices simultaneously while filming, where it does not have to be done in post-production. That is truly impressive, and that is something completely new that can really change the game of the film industry at heart. Now, on top of this, alright, Mark Hamill goes on to state the following. The Legends characters that Jon and Dave are about to bring back, I think, are really going to make fans cry. I mean, it's so emotional of what Jon and Dave are planning, and what they are speaking to me about their goals and what they want for Luke on this grand journey. I always loved Legends because my son Nathan is a huge Legends fan, and he got to talk with Jon and Dave, and even gave them some pointers. The thing for Mando Season 3 and 4 and all these other shows that we are working on is that they want to build from all those old stories that existed over 20 years ago, that Disney now does not consider canon, that they are of course finding ways to actually make them canon. This really is going to be something that fans won't expect. Jon and Dave are bringing back tons of Legends, heroes, and villains to be used in what the fans I noticed like to call the Mandoverse. That's a funny name, haha. Apart from what Mark Hamill said here, of course, this all alludes to what's happening with The Mandalorian Season 4, that is set to involve characters like Mara Jade, portrayed by actress Karen Gillan, that will be treated as one of the new villains, who turns into an ally in the new Star Wars canon, that Jon and Dave are actively writing. Another Legends character in the works right now is Kyle Katarn, that is set to appear in Mando 4 as well. Jon and Dave already have a series of storyboards completed for the show that features said characters. Kyle Katarn is set to be Luke Skywalker's best student in the new Star Wars shows that will come from Legends, with Mara Jade eventually being Luke's love interest in the new Disney canon by Jon and Dave Filoni. Now, the other thing that I think a lot of fans absolutely need to know about this is the fact that we also have other characters coming into play here from Star Wars Legends, such as Prince Shizor, that is going to be another major player in the new universe. We'll talk about that a little bit later. They're taking a lot of elements from Shadows of the Empire as well, as Dark Empire, the new Jedi Order, Jedi Outcast, and a whole lot more. So I think that I would suggest you guys read up on a lot of the Legends content of those titles that I had told you guys about just now, to kind of really get a better picture of what Jon and Dave are going to draw from, and what they were able to do either accurately or not so accurately. And it really gives you a better idea, you know, as a Legends fan, of exactly how accurate they really were. But overall, the other thing that I think a lot of fans need to know about this is that Jon and Dave have openly said this, alright, about 2 weeks ago, that they want to expand on Luke Skywalker's journey to becoming a Jedi Master, and exactly what that's going to look like throughout the entirety of the Mandalorian series and its spin-offs that surround the Mandalorian show, such as Ahsoka and more to arrive as well. So here's the thing about this, is that we already know that Jon and Dave Filoni are very involved in the process of bringing in a lot of Legends, making it come back to life. Mark Hamill, you know, pretty much told us about this just now without really giving too much away, but we already know from the leaks that Mara Jade and Kyle Katarn are going to be the two major players as the new Star Wars Legends characters becoming canon in this post-Return of the Jedi timeline that's really going to take a lot of elements from the Thrawn trilogy, the new Jedi Order books, Shadows of the Empire, you name it. So, with that being said, there's a lot of things at stake here. Jon and Dave have to make sure that they make the fans happy, that they don't mess things up with these new stories, and if they can handle that, then everything's going to fall into place and it's going to be a-okay. So I think that they really have a shot here at winning the fans back after what happened with the KENOBI series, after what happened with the sequel trilogy, and more. So overall, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.